Hi friends, I hope you're doing well today. So this week we are going to be covering our vessels and vestments lesson. I'm super excited about this one to do with my own family as well. Ever since we got these materials, I couldn't wait till this lesson came up. So as always, please check out this first part up here, which is the background information, and then the lesson starts right here. Now, how you do this lesson is definitely very flexible, what you want to do with your family. It begins basically here, and as you open up the packet and you begin to read through the lesson, it's simply a description of the various parts of the things we use at Mass. So it begins up here talking about when we enter into the actual church, and then what the seats are. They're known as a nave, N-A-V-E. And I recommend something you can talk about with your kiddos if you go into our church at St. Thomas Aquinas, and if you look up, if you haven't done it before, check out the ceiling. You'll notice that it actually looks like the inside of a boat. That was done on purpose. The architecture was meant to represent almost like an ark, because the church, in the sense, is the ark, guiding us through this life to hopefully our eternal home in heaven with the Lord there. So it's a cool thing you can make a connection with your kiddos if you haven't talked about it before. So as you flip through the lesson, it'll just discuss the various things that are used at Mass, everything from the vessels that are used to what priests wear, Father Albert wears, the vestments and what they're called. So you can read through this with your kiddos first if you want to, or as you go through it, you can actually begin building your model set and just talk about them as you go. So there's lots of flexibility here. Remember, the goal isn't just to check the box. It's just to have a great conversation with your kids about what happens at Mass. And through this information, hopefully they can engage in Mass a little bit better. Because they can be like, hey, I know what that thing's called. Oh, look what fathers wear. I know what that's called, which is really, really cool. So this week you will utilize the big guys you got as you left Mass. And what these are actually paper models of things you can use to create almost an altar set, the sanctuary of the church for him or her, your child, to play with, to go from there. So first off is on page 4 of it. You'll notice this page right here. This is actually meant to be like the background. So you would actually create this and then set this on the ground, kind of like that. And then page 5 is meant to be like the base, and it has boxes on right here where you will cut out and use all the three-dimensional objects. So it's set up kind of like this. Now these guys, if you read the instructions up here on the top, it'll tell you what to do. So you cut out the dark lines, you fold on the dotted lines, and then the gray areas right here are just meant to be folded back or glued behind the other pieces to make the three-dimensional like tables and things like that. So once you cut it all out and fold it, you can utilize them right here to create the various parts of Mass. If your child came to VBS, maybe they still have their priest peg doll that we created, which is really cool, so they could use that to play around with it. Or honestly, I know my kids have already lost theirs, so we're gonna bust out some little people and make some little vestments and have make little pretend priests, and they can actually kind of utilize all the parts of Mass, which I think will be really, really cool. So hopefully this lesson will be a lot of fun to do with your kiddos. You can maybe spread the duties a little bit. It takes maybe for 15-20 minutes to cut everything all out, and then you can play around the pieces and have a little three-dimensional sanctuary in your own home, which is really cool. So please be on the lookout. Some information coming up on our All Saints Day celebration, which will be happening soon. I hope everybody will join us. November 1st is a holy day of obligation, and after the 6 p.m. Mass on Wednesday of this year, we'll be having our party in the pack with pizza, food, and games for the kids, and I hope everyone comes dressed up in their favorite saint costumes so we can have a lot of fun to celebrate these amazing people, models of our faith. So hope you have a great rest of the week. Go keep making saints. God bless.